Hey guys, welcome to my channel. You're watching Been Living with Big B, and today I'm going to do some cooking. So I'm going to be making slow cooked braised beef cheeks. Yeah, they are right here. Beautiful color and just two beautiful pieces of meat. Beef cheeks. I'm going to cook these whole. I'll be doing them with root vegetables, carrots, onions, and potatoes only. I'm just going to keep it real simple, just real easy. I'll be throwing in some spring onions, some flavorings like a garlic and maybe some fennel, just a little bit of fennel. I really want the flavor of the meat to come through because it's a really strong red meat. There's quite a lot of fat content on here. I'm not going to trim it off. That's all going to add into flavor. But when it comes to cutting the meat, I'll probably trim it back a little bit. It would have rendered and shrunk quite a lot. So in the dish. So yeah. So I've got the meat ready out of the packet, as you can see. So I'm just going to salt it a little bit. Both sides. Bit of salt. A bit of powdered pepper. Especially on the fatty bits there. Beautiful. It's looking just perfect. Now straight away I'm going to put it into the pot, put in some beef stock. Let's just chuck these pieces right in there like that. So just use a real standard beef stock you get in your store. I do occasionally make my own, but if you don't have enough time, just use a store-bought one. So I'm going to use maybe 500 mils, half a litre of beef stock. That's perfect. And I'm going to chuck one onion in there. And just gonna cut them up really coarse. Chuck these bad boys in there. There we go. And we just put in a little bit of water. Just to top it up. And we have put in one bay leaf, 2 bay leaves, 1 bay leaf per piece of meat. 2 bay leaves. And that's it for now. So let me give you a quick look. Yep, so there we go. We've got the 2 pieces of oops, there we go. We've got the 2 pieces of the beef cheek, the onions, the bay leaf, the beef stock, and now the water. So we're going to bring this up to a fast boil and for 45 minutes, and then we'll bring this down to a simmer. Okay. Hey guys, we're back. So the beef cheeks have been simmering away for maybe about 90 minutes, an hour and a half already. So now I'm ready to add the root vegetables. All I'm going to add today is just carrots and potatoes. I've already done the potatoes. I've left the jackets on, and so they're quite chunky pieces like that. And I'm going to pretty much do the same with carrots. Just going to have them quite chunky, but try and have them round about the same sort of sizes so that they cook pretty evenly. If I had them, I would add Brussels sprouts because I love Brussels sprouts. So I don't know about you guys, but yeah, you can put any kind of root vegetable that you want in there. I also love turnips and parsnips. Go really well. They have their own flavor also, so I really love those. So just going to try and cut them up into fairly even sized pieces, but I don't mind if they're going to be a little bit firm. In fact, I probably prefer it, truth be known. So this is going to drop the temperature down of the, so I'll just give you a quick squiz what that looks like. So here we go. That's been cooking for an hour and a half. Oops. Hour and a half. This meat is so soft and tenderizing beautifully. All this fat here is rendering nicely. That smells awesome. All of the onions are transparent, translucent and soft. So now we're just going to drop in the root vegetables just like that. Skin on and everything, just thoroughly nicely washed. All of these carrots and potatoes all come from the dumpster. They were all packaged. So just real rustic dish. So that's going to drop the temperature of the water in there. So I'm just going to turn it up a little bit. Just turn it up a little. And bring that to the boil for the simmer. Okay. So we're on the last leg of this dish being ready. And then the very next process we'll do is we'll reduce the liquid a little bit, and then we'll thicken it up with make a beautiful gravy. And we'll leave the meat whole. And what I'll do is I'll just break it up with forks while it's in the stew form. So it'll be like a little bit like pulled pork, but not quite. I'll keep it nice and hearty and chunky. And yeah, looking forward to it. So the liquid in there is quite reduced, so I just might add just a touch more stock. It's nothing that I would normally do, but it did reduce quite a bit, so just a touch, because there's quite a bit of salt in there. There's quite a bit of salt in there, but not too salty. I'll just give it a quick taste test. It's not too salty, but once all of that flavor start infusing and it starts bubbling through, it should just be like just a perfect amount of seasoning in there. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic in there afterwards, just some garlic powder, just to sharpen up the taste. But that's pretty much it, really. I might even add a little bit of tomato paste. I've got some homemade tomato paste there, so I might just add just a smidgen of that, just to add some sharpness. But but we've got sweetness, we've got sour, we've got salty. We've got some good profiles in there, so really happy with the way that's tasting at the moment, and it'll only get better as it cooks. So once that comes back up to the boil again, I'll bring it down right to a low heat and give it another hour. So that meat is really juicy and tender. It's still moist, it's not overcooked, and those beef cheeks, which is generally a tough meat, a cheek cut meat, will be beautiful and tender and succulent. So really looking forward for din-dins tonight. So yeah, I'll catch you back when it's ready to check on it. So here we are, the beef cheeks. Oh. Have been slowly cooking for about 2 hours, and they are really tender right now. The potatoes are just starting to come right. Carrots are nicely done. So yep, we'll just let that keep on going, and then before it is ready to go, we'll thicken that up and make a beautiful gravy out of it. Okay. There's our update. We'll be back when it's ready to gravy up. So here we are. Another hour has passed, and the potatoes are well cooked. The meat is tender, and now we're ready to add the thickening. We're just doing a flour and water thickening. That is smelling absolutely gorgeous. No, let's just keep it really basic. So that's all it is, just a flour and water thickening. So while I'm filming it, my darling is going to add it in there. Nice. Don't worry too much about the lumpiness as it cooks it, or they'll break down. That's just exactly the color we're looking for. What's that in there? That's enough right now. So we've just added just like a couple of teaspoons of oregano and mixed herbs, just to give the added flavour in the juice. But all of those flavors are going to be well fused into that meats and into the root vegetables. Looking forward to that. Look at that, the meat's breaking up with a wooden spoon. Alrighty, we'll be back in a minute when it's getting ready to plate up and it's thickened up. See you soon. So here we go with the end result. Not too thick, and all of those flavors have been fused in with the meat and the root vegetables. The meat is just falling apart, yet the potatoes are still nice and intact. Still got lots of colour in the carrot, and just the adding of those few herbs at the end. It's just made it here. Let me just give you a taste of that. Oh, that is so gorgeous. Alright. So we're going to get ready to plate up. Here we are, I'm ready to plate up. Ready to plate up. Nice chunky pieces of beef cheek. Make sure I get some carrot in there. Make sure I get plenty of that soupy juice, all of that flavour in there. Okay guys, nice and rustic. Just going to have it with a slices of bread. slow cook those beef cheeks, root vegetables, aromatic gravy sauce, just a bit of a bread with a little bit of butter. So, let's go eat. Well, here we are, we're ready to chow down. Smells amazing. But before we do, we have to give thanks for the food we're about to receive. Heavenly Father, we give thanks for the food we're about to receive. May it nourish our bodies and give us the strength to go dumpster diving one more time. May you bless this house and everyone in it. Bless our family and friends, both near and far, in the power and glory of your name. Amen. Just like that. Okay. Let's start off with a bit of this beef cheek. That is so tender. Don't even have to chew it. You just press it up to the roof of your mouth and it's heaven. That soupy gravy is so beautiful. It's velvety smooth. It has just the right amount of seasoning in it. The flavors are really coming through. It was good that we added the oregano and the mixed herbs like right at the end. They've just cooked down enough so you're not getting all of the leafiness and the sticks of it, just the flavor. The carrots and the potatoes are still holding their shape. They're not mushy. They're not mushy, but they're still soft, really hot. Now for the tongue taste. Oh. Just for an extra minute, like a toasted sourdough bread would have been really, really nice to go with this. Or a nice French baguette. Or even a toasted garlic bread. It doesn't take long to prepare, but it takes a while to cook because beef cheeks is a really tough, cheap cut meat. But if cooked well and cooked beautifully, it is such a joy. And I love cheap cut meats. I was brought up on it. But it's certainly a hearty meal, good for those winter nights. It's rustic, it's homey, just a really beautiful dish. And it's a no wonder restaurants around the world are starting to utilize these cuts of meats because they've been underrated for so long. Well guys, thank you for joining me in my little cooking video. As you can tell, I had to change my shirt. But please, you could use, if you don't have beef cheeks, you could use a brisket. You could use a like a blade, or a blade steak. I don't know what you call it over there in the States, but over here it's a blade steak, or some kind of a stewing beef. That I'm going to Tama Waiho Waiho my goodie. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of my meal, and yeah, if you like what you see, subscribe, please like the video, make sure to share with on your social media platforms. It would be a huge favour to me. I certainly would appreciate it. And yeah, happy diving, happy dumpster diving cooking, and I'll see you guys on the next bin living adventure.